the hour. I'm going to be doing some readings for whoever chooses to join me today. It is the summer solstice. I was normally in years past, I would have done something on the summer solstice, a group or some way of connecting to it, and I just was not. I was just not feeling to do that. Actually, this is exactly what I want to do, and for anyone that's still with me at the end of the hour, it is good. It's nice. It's whatever to sit and breathe together, say a few seconds of prayer, and amplify and reverberate that energy. I think that's all I'd actually want to do with the solstice. I will say one thing though. For my membership group, every month I tune into the energies of that month or those few weeks, and bring through a piece of music. You probably see my keyboard right there, and so I was actually doing that today and tuning into the next month or so, and the energies just felt a lot lighter. They felt a lot lighter. That was coming through the music, and she's feeling a lot lighter. So, I've been hearing so many people talk about, oh yeah, things are going to lighten up for after the summer solstice, and I've got to the point. Maybe I'm a little bit old or jaded or whatever. I've got to the point where I'm like, yeah, really, yeah, they're going to lighten up, are they? And I reserve the right to be cautiously optimistic, and I encourage you to be as well. But anyway, you take what you want from that. It is a solstice today. Happy solstice. If anyone's joining me for the first time tonight, all you need to do is put your questions in the comment section there. I'm going to read for you. I'll just pull cards. The intention of this is to get things off your mind. You've got that question, you've got that ponderance or whatever. We get that question off your mind. You have more available mental energy, and that's what we're looking for. A less encumbered central vessel, a less encumbered channel, more space for spirit, love, light, and you to move through you. Because it's funny how little questions can take up that space and get in the way of peace of mind. Anyway, let's go to chat. Oh, we have people here. Hello, Caroline from Houston. I was hoping to get to Houston in August, but it's looking like it's going to take a bit longer. So just know I am thinking about it. Diana. All right, Diana. Love to know heading forward. I'd love a reading from a spirit guides. What do they want me to know for the next 6 months or moving forward in my life? All right. 6 months is quite a chunk of time. Bearing in mind, I can't talk. I can't hear you talk to me. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just do what I can here for you, Diana. Okay, snapshot for you, Diana, is if I just break this into quarters for a minute. There is if it's something your guides want you to know, it's to keep your head down and focus, particularly for these next 3 months. Okay, so taking that through to the end of September. Now, I was talking earlier on about the energy lightening up further to the today's solstice, and how I'm seeing that showing up for you is actually further ahead than that, after the next equinox. Okay, so that'll be in late September. So your last part of the year, your last quarter of the year, I'm really liking how it's looking. Okay, you're making what you want to happen, okay? And you have to go through the next few months to put the nuts and bolts together, you have to put in effort now to get to a point of effortlessness. It's this way. I wish I could have a back and forth with you. Anyway, if you're not in a relationship and interested in being one, that seems to be around November. But my God, the last part of the year looks wonderful to you. Now, just backing up a little bit, and I'm going to move on. July, which is the next month, that looks a bit. I'm just going to say stressful. I'm not going to say bad. I'm going to say stressful. And your path there is just one step at a time. Tendency to take on too much. Well, you'll see how you get on with that, won't you? So I think sometimes we find the graceful path by taking a path we usually take anyway and seeing how that works for us. So you've got that lesson in July, but I do see you getting the handle of things August, September, and then this lovely opening up in the last quarter of the year. So yeah. I have to stop myself, otherwise I would just keep going and going and going with a question like that. Thank you for your question, Diana. All right. Caroline. Reading, okay. Caroline. Okay, so for you, Caroline, and I'm not going to restrict this to a period of time. I'm just going to say advice that I'd like you to, this is guidance I'd like you just have around you for a while until you let go of it, okay? So the sea change for you that needs to happen, and it is happening, okay? It is happening, right? Is for you to, how can I put this? Let me just blabber words out for a minute here. Is for you to be at peace going your own way. What do I mean? What do I mean? I'm seeing that you're a little harsh to say distracted, but I see how your attention gets caught, taken by the people that you care about, okay, and the younger generations that you care for, that you look after, that you feel responsible for. But a lot of your energy goes into that. Your energy goes to them. And look, I'm a parent, and so on. You know, the responsibility to my kids, and there is a balance to strike as well. Because if I am not honoring myself because I am over parenting or whatever, that's not my kids' fault, and I can't get resentful at them. And so it is an active and continual practice for me as a parent to withdraw my energy, sometimes intentionally, to myself, right? To withdraw energy to myself, to cohese energy with myself, and then to look with clearer eyes at my surroundings, all right? So I'm just going to say again, the sea change for you is to actively choose your own path. Sometimes we create our day, our week, our whatever based on other people, based on the people we care about. And I'm saying to you, there is a balance to strike there. Okay. All right. That might come up again today, and I'll maybe go around a couple of times, but that's what I have to say. Oops, Misty. Wondering what direction I'm supposed to be going in. My love life. Is this person the one for me long term? Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. What's the first thing you said? Right? I'm wondering what direction I'm supposed to be going in my love. It says, right, okay. Misty, I really like this. I really like this spread I'm looking at here. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. Yes, this is a person for you long term. I'm going to say yes. I see that you have waited. I see that this person is a good, energetic and physical match for you. And I see that neither of you are in a mad rush either. So I've got a yes for you. Yeah. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Andrea, I'd like to know how the next few months look for you to regain yourself and identity, which I feel has died along with my precious husband 5 months ago. Andrea, the short answer is it looks really good. And I was when I was just going to get the cards there, I was thinking, well, 5 months. What an interesting number. You know, Diana earlier on was talking about 6 months, right? And that's where my mind would go. 6 months. You know, really, we're sort of almost at the halfway point of the year, aren't we? But you said 5 months, and my short answer is the next 5 months looks really good, really, really good. It's you didn't say it, and even you know, even when I've read for you in our groups, you haven't really said it. Then I feel that you combine your the self, yourself, as it were. I don't mean yourself, I mean yourself. I feel like you combine that with your husband, who I'm still going to speak about in the present tense, and in a sense of that you have lost them, the feeling of having lost them both. So I'm going to say to you that, and it's actually month 5, no, it's month 4 into 5, you do regain them both. You do regain them both. I want to just change the. I want to just go for a tangent for a minute here. Let's just say in the process of meditation, things like that, when we are asking ourselves, am I being present? Am I present? Am I in alpha? Am I being present? Am I in flow right now? If we're even asking the question, then we're not, right? We're not, because we're in active mind. So we're not in flow. we'd be in flow if there wasn't a question, right? So what I want to say to you is you are on a clear path to regain yourself. The way that you can get in your own way and slow that down is by trying. Okay. The other way to slow yourself down and get in your own way is by judging yourself, like it's not happening quickly enough and so on, because that's not the story I've got in front of me. That there are going to be different doors and gates, as it were, to you gradually recollecting yourself. And one is simple enjoyment of what is. Another is curiosity. Another is standing your ground, right? So you're like, already you can hear these are different expressions of energy. Some more feminine, some more masculine, some more childlike. And I would say to you, by mid-October, this isn't going to be such a question anymore for you. Okay. Oops. Okay. Michelle, love some guidance on how to best support your oldest daughter right now. Okay. There's that old expression, Michelle, we give our children roots and wings. There's time to give our children foundation, then there's time to let them fly. And looking at what I'm seeing here, the cycle of no, that's the wrong words. The nature of your relationship with her is changing. It's evolving. That's the word. It's evolving. And so my suggestion to you, from what I'm seeing here, is not so much to address your daughter as your daughter, but as a person, as a young adult in the making. I'm not sure how old she is, but I'm just getting that feeling that she's young adult. And what you would say, how you would give advice to a friend, it is different how you would give advice to a child, because in some respects she just isn't a child. Even my daughter, you've probably seen from time to time, she's 11, maturing insanely quickly, almost dealing with late teen stuff, but she's way younger than that. And so it's for you to consider not so much what you say, but how it is heard, how your words land rather than how they leave your mouth. And she is ready to hear a more mature message from you, because she's dealing with things like people being shitty. She's dealing with things like ruminating thoughts. She's dealing with the teen stuff. So it's a higher level. I don't mean spirit high level. I mean mature. It's a more mature level of communication for you to have with her. That's what she's wanting. Okay. Okay, Shannon. So the particular the message that's coming through for you today is actually about spiritual protection, and that is in some respects that's an oxymoron. It's a paradox in terms, because when we're thinking actively about spiritual protection, we are tethering ourselves to what it is we want to be protected from. Spiritual protection in its greatest form comes from love, right? Now, again, with love, sometimes people think they have to put up with all sorts of crap going on, and it's not the case. With love, our energy field is amplified, it's big, it's sweet, it's clear, and it's bigger than the problems that are around us. Okay, looking at what I'm seeing here, it's the Merkaba field, which we all have, right? Depending on how much we use it, the Merkaba field is there for you. But the Merkaba field is best used from love rather than being activated from thought. Because when it's activated from thought, we lose it. It disperses as soon as our attention wanes from it. And so, getting back to the notion of spiritual protection, or what I'm saying here about being a little greater than it, coming from here being greater than it, is supporting you to be clear of, therefore protected from, the frustrations of the past and the frustrations of the present, which are coming from actual real people, right? If you consider a lot of what we want to be protected from, now people don't talk about this, but we want to often be protected from our own thoughts, which are coming from us, not from boogeymen or whatever it is. It's coming from us, our thoughts. And so if we stay with this idea of protection through expanding the energy field through love, the thoughts get alchemized, they get purified, and we are clearer, and we're better able to be in surrender to a greater aspect of us. And all of that, I want to say, I would put under the umbrella of spiritual protection, but spiritual protection from the activation of the heart field. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay. Caroline. Steve. Okay, Kathy. How do I see your work schedule? This looks really good. You know, you're asking a little bit of an open-ended question there, Kathy. Were it the case I could talk to you, I'd be asking, what do you mean? How busy you're going to be, or how much you're going to enjoy it, or whatever. But anyway, what I'm seeing here is you really coming into your own. You know, even those of us that are self-employed and what we like to do. Work is not necessarily guaranteed to be easy or enjoyable, and I see you coming to life with it, and I see that the money is there as well. That you're not having to push and hustle. There's that word. I don't like that word. You're not having to hustle for money. So my answer to your question, in terms of how you phrased it, is how do I see it? I see it as good. I see you strong and happy and abundant, productive, receptive with that. So that's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. Kim, I'd like to know how the next month looks for myself. Health, weight. Will I do better trying to lose it? Okay. Okay. Do you know? I'm really glad you've asked this question because let me just go to the second part first. Yes, I do see you. I do see you doing better at losing the weight. Right? But hear me out. You've asked. I want to go to your first question now. You said, how does the next month look for you? The next month is not without its challenges. Okay. Let me just go straight away there. It doesn't look like the easiest month for you. That said, if you step up to it, this looks like a great month, right? It looks like the sort of phase of time where if you're kind of just coasting along, drifting and so on, well, that is not the way. That's not the way to navigate the next few weeks as I'm seeing it. You know, my dad would say a lot of things. One of the things he'd say is challenge is an opportunity. And I've rolled my eyes at that expression many, many times. And that said, that's how the next month looks for you. You know, in my phone, and I can even prove this to you, if I just open it up, I've got the words treat everything like a gift in there. That was the guidance that a bunch of us got back in December. Keep that in there. Because sometimes when the shit's flying, you know, it's hard to see it as an opportunity, and I need reminders of that. But if you can really step up to these next few weeks, bearing in mind there's going to be miscommunications, there's going to be foggy energy around you, there's going to be that you're going to get kind of caught in the current from time to time. If you can really step up to that, I would say get yourself up early, prepare for your day and things like that. This is going to be a good month for you. And the thing about weight loss, or when sometimes people want to gain weight, the thing about all of that is it does. I'm going to draw a line in the sand here. It comes from emotional availability. If you have the emotional availability, you can do what the fuck you want with your body. You can do what you want with your body. The will follow it. The actions will follow it. The consistency will be there. Can you hear how animated I'm getting? Can you hear that? Can you feel that? Right? That's what we need from you. That's what we need from you. Going into these next next few weeks. You don't have to spend the whole damn year like that, but for a few weeks. And I see you in your power. I see you on point. Okay. I think I've said enough. You get my point. Okay. Carolee, happy first day of summer to you as well. I've been experiencing some weird heart palpitations. Not sure if it's anxiety based. Any guidance from Spirit on if I should really worry or will this pass? Okay. This from what I'm seeing here, it's not anything to, as you say, really worry about. Okay, don't really worry about it. I do see this resolving itself. I'm going to say to you, and even tonight, Carolee, go run a bath if you can run a bath. Always, my mind always goes to put salt in it and so on. Not Epsom salt, but rock salt, sea salt, whatever, to draw that out of you. The element of water in any case is great for this. There's a lot of not inflammation, but just activation. A lot of heat, huge amount of heat in you. So water in and of itself. You don't have a bath. If you don't have a bathtub, you just run the shower and just stay there as long as you want to stay. In general, there's so much heat in this country right now anyway. We want to cool ourselves down. But your own frequency is getting cranked up a few notches here. In the fullness of it all, that's a wonderful thing. This is a lot of major cards as I'm looking here. And we don't want you worrying, right? We don't want you worrying. And for me, that is a thing. Managing one's own process with it is important, because the peace of mind, or its opposite, has effect, of course, on the central nervous system and therefore everything. So get yourself in a bathtub. I want to say relax. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Vicky. My last cancer treatment was not as successful as they hoped. I'm sorry to hear that. On the next line of treatment, be more effective. Now, from this next round, Vicky, I am seeing some improvement. It's not massive improvement, but I am seeing some. I am seeing some. If it was me, and if you're a member of family, and of course, I'd be even more invested there, wouldn't I? If it were me, I'd be thinking ahead after this. I'd be asking questions like, well, all right, what sort of improvement are we expecting? What if it's a little less than that? What if we do see some improvement? It's not as much as we want. What then? What can we do after that? And where I'm going with this, Vicky, is there's a little overlap to what I was just saying to Carol Lee right now, which is the importance of managing our own emotion, expectations, or whatever it's going to be, frustration with our progress. Because if your mood drops beyond a point, because we're so invested in all of this, because of course you would be. If your mood drops beyond a point, it's working against the process, okay? And I don't want that for you, because I do see some improvement. So I'm going to encourage you to think past this next round to what happens after that, okay? That's at least giving your attention somewhere to go rather than it turning back on you. I hope that makes sense. So I do see some improvement. Perhaps not as much as you would like. Do I be able to find the right acting class in September? Vanna, I'm not seeing that. Okay, I'm not seeing that. See, I don't just say yes to every question, do I? No, I'm not seeing that. So, something that I suggest you reflect on is, because there's quite a bit of resistance I'm seeing here in you, right? And to the point I'm questioning if you even want to do it. Like there's resistance here. Now, I'm sure you do want to do it, right? I'm not toying with you, I'm not playing with you, but I'm sure you do. I'm sure most of you wants to. I would just suggest that you look at the part of you that doesn't. There's things I'm looking to learn, and I watch how I procrastinate and so on. Now that's me, right? That's me. But we create external opportunity the same way. So I'd say look at what your resistance is to it, and that is the quickest way, as I'm sure you know, to get opportunities to open up, because they're not open at the moment, right? Emily. Any messages to my dog Winston would like to communicate to me this time or during this season? Okay. Okay. Other than, of course, just that joyful, innocent love, um, which I feel important to say. The message coming from him is focus, focus, focus. What I'm not, one thing I'm not clear about as I look at this is whether he and your connection is a way for you to get focus. I'm not quite sure if it's that. Um, I ponder that because he's obviously closest to you, but literally it's focus, focus, focus. I'm gonna just chip in now and say, let's say you take him for a walk or you do something with him. Let it be, let that be almost like creative time for you. And I don't mean pen, paint, music type thing. I mean creating what you want to happen. Uh, the adage of "where two or more gather in thy name, there I am" applies to you, to you and him. It doesn't have to be two humans. What is a dog but a but um, a walking source of unconditional love? I mean, you can do something with that. You can do something with that. So it's focus. It's eyes dead ahead. Um, Laser focus is what he's calling out of you. Yeah. Anna. I finally get it. I don't want to get into a long message, only if you can. What is happening around you? That is a that's a that's a very open-ended sentence you've given me there. Um, so let's just see what we've got. Sort of want to say to you all, my issue with the overly general questions, my issue with the very open-ended questions is I got to swim through a lot to get there, and I don't have the time now. In this format, I don't have lots and lots of time of people in a queue, and I really want to get to everyone. That's why I asked for narrower questions. I honor that you've asked it. So let's see. It I want to challenge your choice of words, actually, Anna. That I don't think a lot is happening around you. I think a lot is happening in you. Um, so I'll use my words here, and you'll see. I think you'll see where I'm going with this in a minute. I see a lot of acceleration in you. So what happens when that? What happens when that happens, or what happens because of that? Um, it stirs a lot. It stirs a lot up in us. It stirs a lot of its opposite up in us. Now that needs to come out because we are ever growing and evolving spirits. And I sure as hell wasn't feeling like that at 4 o'clock this morning. Just going to throw that in there. But we are ever evolving spirits, and so the gunk's got to come out, doesn't it? Gunk's got to come out. Now, what is the gunk that we are looking at in regard to you here? Gunk on its way out, because you are not gunk. You are love, and like the rest of us, a little bit of stuff splattered in there as well. What this looks like for you is you feeling hemmed in, feeling like it's not feeling like you don't have choice, but feeling almost like, what's the point? What's the point? You're not being listened to there. You don't have the ability there. You don't have the say there. You don't have the resources there. Any and every one of what I just said in regard to you, I would want to ask, and I can only ask rhetorically right now, is it true? Is it really true? Is it actually true that you can't that, you can't them? But that's what's going up. That's what's going on in you, and so the mind then says, well, what's all this stuff going on around me? Why am I having a challenge with them and this and so on? It's because it's going on in you. So what I would say to you when you're feeling diminished is question it, talk to it. One of our biggest enemies, is confusion and vagueness and so on. We can be very vague with what we're thinking. In our vernacular, we say things like, do you know what I mean? Or, you know what I'm saying? And so on, and so on, because we don't want to get clear with what we're thinking, what we're wanting. So with these 2 or 3 challenges you've got going on, I'm asking you to challenge your own perception of them, to look at what responsibility looks like for you, because that's the only way that you're going to get power and control and responsibility back. Okay, because that's what I see is going wrong here. You're on the way to growing power and growing all these things in you, growing majesty and so on. And this is the weeds and the thistles and the brambles that we have to walk through to get there. I hope that makes sense. Angie, you're looking for a new job? So you're getting a new job within my company or somewhere new? I have a lot of criteria that I'm looking for in research. Okay. So you're asking a new job within your company or somewhere new? Okay, Angie, this is an interesting one because where I'm actually seeing it in your company. But bear with me, this is a little complicated. I'm seeing the opportunity in your company, and yet I don't think it's quite what you want. It's not what you think you want. I also see another opportunity outside, as you say, somewhere else, but I don't like it. I really don't like it. So my advice to you is actually to go with what shows up in your own company. There is some processing, there is some working through for that to happen. There is, and I don't think you're going to enjoy all of it, but I prefer that to the opportunity outside your company. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. So, as you say, it would be a new job within your company. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Wow. Actually got to everyone. Super duper. So I'm going to, where is that? I'm going to be in Florida next month. I'm going to Florida the middle of next month. Fort Myers, Jacksonville, Fort Lauderdale, Key West, Bonita Springs, Satellite Beach. Yeah, you'll be using a lot of gas on that trip. So I'll post that in the next couple of weeks where I'm going to be. Some of you, I hope, saw that I've actually finished the cards, which I should have brought out for you. But the lovely cards from the images I've been creating in the last few couple of years. So that's available on our website. The shipping out is free, just so you know. So that's out there. I've got a couple of spaces available for the retreat that I'm giving in September, and that's to Mount Ida. We're going to do some crystal mining. There are the hot springs and a whole bunch of other things. It's in the middle of September. I've got a couple more spaces, but you're going to have to let me know quite soon. Okay. So if you're still with me, why don't we take a breath, and let's take a breath, and just for a few moments right now, take a breath and just let the energy of the solstice just come around and through you. I mean, of course, it was there anyway. Longest day of the year, the most amount of light in the day. Light shines, doesn't it? Light goes in a direction. So why don't you just let that move through you, and why don't you just let it come out of your chest, out of your heart? Why don't you just send it ahead of you? Why don't you send it to your future? And just breathe as you do that. And you might think, well, why aren't we praying for other people? Why aren't we trying to make the world a better place? You in a brighter future, you in a happier place, you will make the world a better place. It is not selfish to call to your mind what you need and what you want. The human being, in its very essence, is good, is loving, is caring, is unconditional. Very important to get your needs met, to listen to what you want. And you're in a better position to help other people, to do what's needed, to fulfill your purpose and help people do that for themselves. So we do say a prayer for one another. We say a prayer for the planet. We say a prayer for those hurting at this time. Trusting that when and if and how, ours will be the hands of God. Ours will be the lips of God. Ours will be the eyes of God. We say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You all have a lovely evening. Thank you for staying with me, and I will see you again soon.